Okay, since we're now talking here about some shit and fluff, let's do this silly item just for tonight, just to differ from any of those video shoots that I made in a while. That it's kind of been like I've never made this silly item that I have in my arm right now. It lives happily in my apartment on that corridor, a small makeshift table made out of some kind of like wooden made planks and surface that I put on those legs, wooden made legs, and it's like a complete thing that I call my corridor, my hall table. It's pretty lame, but it serves very, I would say, well, because I don't have any just to just to made more just to any good day items in my apartment, living happy lives. Just except that it's been said, just that table, makeshift table that I made out of some just I don't know, maybe pressed wood and wooden legs with that frame that comprises the kind of like the surface on which the main part lays on, like a wooden made part that itself being like a surface of that makeshift table, as I reported you. Okay, as we moved with that shit introduction, as we moved it out of the way, we can proceed with today's ramblings, which definitely will be dedicated to this item I'm holding in my arm right now, in my right arm. And guess what was this? It's kind of like, I don't even know how to call it correctly. It's metal rod. It's obvious, right? It goes without saying. It's metal rod, but it serves for like a T lock in my Audi A6, vehicle. It blocks automatic gearbox in my Audi A6 vehicle. It blocked my automatic gearbox, preventing it from just moving front to the front to that gear to that gearbox to move forward and backwards easily, and to switch gears while you're riding. And this item blocks that gearbox and prevents that holder or with a cap on it to move forwards and backwards, and while it's standing in my yard parked. And just for security just measures, this rod was there, but the item itself is broken because it lost its cap, plastic made cap. I'll show you closer. It's like a plastic made cap of this metal rod, of this multi-lock thing, as they call it, as a hull thing. And it was attached from the very first, in the very first place. It was attached like this, like it was stuck together, but now it fell apart, and now it can do. It's broken. I pulled it I pulled it with a very strong physical force, and I pulled it trying to release this gearbox lever with the not rubber gearbox lever with the leather decorated handle, which I'm switching my gears while I'm riding. I'm not switching them while I'm riding because it's automatic gearbox. I switch them when I'm standing by the street light. Let's say the street light goes red and I stand, and I can switch my gears with using that handle with a leather equipped cap on that handle. And these items served for security measures, and this plastic cap fell apart, and now I can do. Now it's broken. I don't know. I pulled it too much. I pulled it too much trying to release my gearbox switch, and I pulled it pretty severely, and I broke it. I pulled it with a very strong force, and I with my right arm trying to release it, and I released it finally, but I kind of like I got what I got. This cap fell apart, and I cannot just stick it together with some glue because it's to no avail. I'm literally telling you, it will be to no avail because it's not gonna just being firmly attached after you glue it, because the glue doesn't have that strong power to stick those objects to the extent that they were not able anymore to fall apart with bearing in mind that thing that I can pull it once more with even stronger force, trying to release my handle of my gearbox. If I pull it with the same strength that I pulled it previously, it's gonna fall apart again, because there is no point in sticking those items back together again with gluing those. There is no reason of gluing, trying to glue these items together and to stick them together again, because once I pull it once more, then it's gonna fall apart again, because it doesn't glue isn't able to provide that just firm junction. Glue itself isn't able to provide firm junction for those objects to be stuck together with the force that is needed to keep this junction very firm and just reliable. I hope I explained as I could, and if you get anything about American English, probably you got the whole point that I explained here. Okay, we can remove this cap out of our video frame of our today's video shoot in order just to talk, to restrain and to constrain our mind, I should say, speaking on this simple item. It's metal rod. It's made out of some steel, kind of steel. I don't know. It's kind of a specific kind of steel. It's like stainless steel. It has like darkish spots that these are just oil made on the surface of on blinking surface, not a blinking, but on the shimmering surface of this metal rod. Those spots are made with oil that lives in my automatic gearbox. It stained the hollow surface of this metal rod. It's shimmering right now, but not so bright as it was previously, because I just didn't wipe it up. Never, I haven't wiped it up. Never, I should say, because there was no reason of doing that. This rod was easily able to move inwards and outwards out of that hole made specifically for blocking my automatic gearbox, which I reported you about. Okay, what it has a pretty like strange groove. See, this groove over here is like cut in the very middle. This metal rod, it serves for some object to stick in here and to prevent this metal rod from moving sideways while it's serving right in that automatic gearbox being put onto its initial place. It stands like this, like horizontally oriented. My automatic gearbox, it stood horizontally oriented in my automatic gearbox, and some another fucking shitty stuff goes right in the midst of this metal rod. It's like this groove is for keeping this metal rod right in the position it should be. And okay, it has what it has, this short and fat spring. It made out of some, I don't know, not so good material. It looks like, actually, I'm not sure about the quality of this spring, because it looks like pretty lame spring, but it for real is good, because it's so amount of years I cannot even express how long it served in this automatic gearbox. It made out of quality materials, and it's steel. It's also steel, but slightly another kind of steel, and different parts of this item is made out of similar kind of. They have similarities in material structure, like being made of steel, but slightly different kinds of steel. This spring is made of kind of like pretty springy. I don't know, maybe resilient kind of steel. Resilient, I mean being able to return to its previous shape after being squeezed. See, if I squeeze this spring, it goes to the shorter position, more just shrink position. When I release it, it goes right up to its initial state, being unwrapped and squeezed. And when this item makes this movement, we can speak here about being resilient. This spring is pretty resilient. Okay, what else does it have? It has like cones shaped on the very end of this item. It's kind of like triangle shaped, like but these the very end of this metal rod is not like sharp, because it has a flat surface on the very end of this metal rod. It's blunt. It's blunt with this simple rounded shaped metal surface, like a small metal made circle, like flat one, round shaped one. So the end of this, the end of this metal rod is blunt. Okay, but we have this like cone shaped sides going from the very narrow position to the wider position. It flanks right to the side surfaces of this metal rod and comprise the whole cylindrical form of this metal rod, which I'm pointing out with my finger right now, and I'm holding it right now. I'm showing it close to the camera so that you will be able to see on your own eyes how I'm building this item and how I'm pretty happy about what I'm having in this particular video shoot up tonight. Okay, what else do we have? We have broken plastic made part of this, which I reported previously. I won't be reiterating this stuff because it's clear. I said already what I wanted, but about this plastic made cap of this metal rod, this multi-lock preventer, let's call it this way, multi-lock metal preventer for my automatic gearbox of my Audi A6 vehicle. And what else? It has screw on the let's say on the outer side of this metal rod. It has screw with those grooves, like cross shaped grooves. One groove crosses another in the shape of cross, but smaller groove. It doesn't made it's made to the equal depth. All those two cross shaped grooves, they made equally to the equal depth on these into this metal rod, but the other one is slightly wider. So the groove goes right from this side of this metal rod, right all the way to this side of this metal rod. It crosses this round circle-like shape. It crosses it fairly from this side of this upper side. So the another one, smaller groove, doesn't have all its sides flanked into the size of this metal rod. If it's clear for you, then I'm good about my American English. If it's not clear, it's okay as well, because I'm the owner, I'm shaper of my own American English. I'm only learning. Please bear with all these mess that happens here. If I made something unclear for your native ears, please just bear with all this shit that happens here. I won't be ranting for too long. I hope it's everything that I got here and everything that I wanted I said in front of you now. Take care and see you until while we're describing some other silly items, which I have a bunch of those in my pretty nice apartment, which I'm happily living right now. It's a pleasure making this video shoot in front of you now, and if I'm Alex, and I maybe I'll be revealing these video shoots or describing things on a regular basis as I did previously. If I don't die, I hope I won't. Pleasure, practice, see you until while. That's about it. Take care. Bye.